The BSFA Awards are literary awards presented annually since 1970 by the British Science Fiction Association, BSFA, to honour works in the genre of science fiction. Nominees and winners are chosen based on a vote of BSFA members. More recently, members of the Eastercon convention have also been eligible to vote. BSFA Award categories. The award originally included only a category for novels. Categories for short works and artists were added in 1980. The artist category became artwork in 1995 and a category for related non-fiction was added in 2002. A media category was awarded from 1979 to 1992. The current standard award categories are BSFA Award for Best Novel, BSFA Award for Best Short Fiction, BSFA Award for Best Non-Fiction, BSFA Award for Best Artwork. Previous categories: BSFA Award for Best Media, BSFA Award winners. 1969, novel, Stand on Zanzibar by John Brunner. 1970, novel, The Jagged Orbit by John Brunner. 1971, collection, The Moment of Eclipse by Brian W. Aldiss. 1972, no award, insufficient votes. 1973, novel, Rendezvous with Rama by Arthur C. Clarke. Special award, Billion Year Spree by Brian W. Aldiss. 1974, novel, Inverted World by Christopher Priest. 1975, novel, Orbitsville by Bob Shaw. 1976, novel, Bronto Mech by Michael G. Coney. Special award, A Pictorial History of Science Fiction by David Kyle. 1977, novel, The Jonah Kit by Ian Watson. 1978, novel, A Scanner Darkly by Philip K. Dick. Collection, Deathbird Stories by Harlan Ellison. Media, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Original radio series, Douglas Adams. 1979, novel, The Unlimited Dream Company by J. G. Ballard. Short, Paley Loitering by Christopher Priest. F&SF. Media, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy record. Artist, Jim Burns. 1980, novel, Timescape by Gregory Benford. Short, The Brave Little Toaster by Thomas Monsieur Disc. F&SF. Media, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy second radio series Douglas Adams. Artist, Peter Jones. 1981, novel, The Shadow of the Torturer by Gene Wolfe. Short, My Thargo Wood by Robert Holdstock. F&SF. Media, Time Bandits. Artist, Bruce Pennington. 1982, novel, Heliconia Spring by Brian W. Aldiss. Short, Kite Master by Keith Roberts. Interzone. Media, Blade Runner. Artist, Tim White. 1983, novel, TikTok by John Sladek. Short, After Images by Malcolm Edwards. Interzone. Media, Android. Artist, Bruce Pennington. 1984, novel, My Thargo Wood by Robert Holdstock. Short, The Unconquered Country by Jeff Ryman. Interzone. Media, The Company of Wolves. Artist, Jim Burns. 1985, novel, Heliconia Winter by Brian W. Aldiss. Short, Q Brute by David Langford. Interzone. Media, Brazil. Artist, Jim Burns. 1986, novel, The Ragged Astronauts by Bob Shaw. Short, Kitey and the Hangman by Keith Roberts. In collection Kitey and Company. Media, Aliens. Artist, Keith Roberts. 1987, novel, Grania by Keith Roberts. Short, Love Sickness by Jeff Ryman. Interzone. Media, Star Cops. Artist, Jim Burns. 1988. Novel. Lavondis by Robert Holdstock. Short. Dark Night in Toyland by Bob Shaw. Interzone. Media. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Artist. Alan Lee. 1989. Novel. Pyramids by Terry Pratchett. Short. In translation by Lisa Tuttle. Zenith. Media. Red Dwarf. Artist. Jim Burns. 1990. Novel. Take Back Plenty by Colin Greenland. Short. The Original Dr. Shade by Kim Newman. Interzone. Media. Twin Peaks. Artist. Ian Miller. 1991. Novel. The Fall of Hyperion by Dan Simmons. Short. Bad Timing by Molly Brown. Interzone. Media. Terminator 2. Judgment Day. Artwork. Mark Harrison. 1992. Novel. Red Mars by Kim Stanley Robinson. Short. Innocent by Ian MacDonald. New Worlds 2. Artwork. Jim Burns. 1993. Novel. Aztec Century by Christopher Evans. Short. The Ragthorn by Robert Holdstock and Gary Kilworth. Interzone. Artwork. Jim Burns. Special Award. The Encyclopedia of Science Fiction ed. John Clute and Peter Nichols. 1994. Novel. Fearsome Engine by Ian Monsieur Banks. Short. The Double Felix by Paul Di Filippo. Interzone. Artwork. Jim Burns. 1995. Novel. The Time Ships by Stephen Baxter. Short. The Hunger and Ecstasy of Vampires by Brian Stableford. Shorter version. Interzone 91/90 seconds. Artwork. Jim Burns. Cover for Seasons of Plenty. 1996. Novel. Accession by Ian Monsieur Banks. Short. A Crab Must Try by Barrington J. Bailey. Interzone 103. Artwork. Jim Burns. Cover for Ancient Shores. 1997. Novel. The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. Short. Warbirds by Stephen Baxter. Interzone 126. Artwork. SMS. The Black Blood of the Dead. Cover Interzone 116. 1998. Novel. The Extremes by Christopher Priest. Short. La Cenerentola by Gwyneth Jones. Interzone 136. Artwork. Jim Burns. Lord Priestimian. Cover. Interzone 138. 1999. Novel. The Sky Road by Ken MacLeod. Short. Hunting the Slark by Eric Brown. Interzone 141. Artwork. Jim Burns. Darwinia. Cover of Darwinia. Robert Charles Wilson. 2000. Novel. Ash. A Secret History by Mary Gentle. Short. The Suspect's Genome by Peter F. Hamilton. Interzone 156. Artwork. Hideaway. Dominic Harmon. Cover. Interzone 157. 2001. Novel. Chasm City by Alistair Reynolds. Short story. Children of Winter by Eric Brown. Interzone 163. Artwork. Cover of Omega Tropic by Colin Odell. Non-fiction. Omega Tropic by Stephen Baxter. 2002. Novel. The Separation by Christopher Priest. Short fiction. Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Artwork. Cover. Interzone 179 by Dominic Harmon. Related publication. Introduction to Maps. The Uncollected John Sladek by David Langford. 2003. Novel. Fellaheen by John Courtney Grimwood. Short fiction. The Wolves in the Walls by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. Artwork. Cover. The True Knowledge of Ken MacLeod by Colin Odell. Non-fiction. Reading Science Fiction by Farah Mendlesohn. 2004. Novel. River of Gods by Ian MacDonald. Short fiction. Mayflower 2 by Stephen Baxter. Artwork. Cover. Newton's Wake by Stephen Martiniere. U.S. edition. 2005. Novel. Air by Jeff Ryman. Short fiction. Magic for Beginners by Kelly Link. Artwork. Cover. Interzone number 200 by Pavel Lewandowski. Non-fiction award. Soundings. Reviews 1992 to 1996 by Gary K. Wolfe. 2006. Novel. End of the World Blues by John Courtney Grimwood. Short fiction. The Ginn's Wife by Ian MacDonald. Artwork. Cover. Timepieces Anglebert by Christopher Fangorn Baker. 2007. Novel. Brassel by Ian MacDonald. Short fiction. Lighting Out by Ken MacLeod. Artwork. Cracked World. Cover of Dislocations by Andy Bigwood. 2008. Novel. The Night Sessions by Ken MacLeod. Short fiction. Exhalation by Ted Chiang. Artwork. Cover of Subterfuge by Andy Bigwood. Non-fiction. Rhetorics of Fantasy by Farah Mendelssohn. 2009. Novel. The City and the City by China Miéville. Short fiction. The Beloved Time of the Lives by Ian Watson and Roberto Quaglia. Artwork. Cover of Desolation Road by Stephen Martiniere. Non-fiction. Mutant Popcorn by Nick Lowe. 2010. Novel. The Dervish House by Ian MacDonald. Short fiction. The Shipmaker by Elliot de Bodar. Artwork. Cover of Zoo City by Joey Hi-Fi. Non-fiction. Blogging the Hugos. Decline by Paul Kincaid. 2011. Novel. The Islanders by Christopher Priest. Short fiction. The Copenhagen Interpretation by Paul Cornell. Artwork. Cover of The Noise Revealed by Dominic Harmon. Non-fiction. The Encyclopedia of Science Fiction 3rd edition by John Clute, Peter Nichols, David Langford and Graham Slight. 2012. Novel. Jack Glass by Adam Roberts. Short fiction. Adrift on the Sea of Rains by Ian Sales. Artwork. Cover of Jack Glass by Black Sheep. Non-fiction. The World SF blog. Chief Editor Lavi Tidar. 2013. Novel. Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie and Akak Makak by Gareth L. Powell. Tie. Short fiction. Spin by Nina Allen. Artwork. Cover of Dream London by Joey Hi-Fi. Non-fiction. Wonderbook by Jeff Vandermeer. 2014. Novel. Ancillary Sword by Anne Leckie. Short fiction. The Honey Trap by Ruthie J. Booth. La Femme. Artwork. The Wasp Factory After Ian Banks by Tessa Farmer. Non-fiction. Science fiction and fantasy writers and the First World War by Edward James. Historian. 2015. Novel. House of Shattered Wings by Elliot de Bodar. Short fiction. 3 Cups of Grief by Starlight by Elliot de Bodar. Artwork. Cover of Pelkin's Comet by Jim Burns. Non-fiction. Raven Let Die. The SF and Fantasy of 2014 by Adam Roberts. 2016. Novel. Europe in Winter by Dave Hutchinson. Short fiction. Liberty Bird by Jane Fenn. Artwork. Cover of Central Station by Sarah Ann Langton. Non-fiction. 100 African Writers of SFF by Jeff Ryman. 2017. Novel. The Rift by Nina Allen. Short fiction. The Enclave by Anne Charnock. Artwork. Joint winners. Cover of The Ion Raider by Jim Burns and Waiting on a Bright Moon by Victor Nye. Non-fiction. Paul Kincaid, Ian Monsieur Banks. University of Illinois Press. By Paul Kincaid. External resources. BSFA website. List of all winning and nominated novels.